Know if we're 5 by 5 and make sure everything is working good for you guys. I'm assuming we did everything right, but
Hopefully.
hopefully no errors today. Let me see.
Hey.
We're still getting situated here. Okay, looks like we're good to go.
Yep.
Okay. What's up? Oh, turn that down. Looks like we're good to go. Like that. Okay, I think we've got everything we need here. Okay, today, thank you guys first of all for being here, and thank you for the replay crowd for being here and for watching and for commenting, and it really does help with the channel. I'm assuming it helps. I don't know. Same thing with likes and subscribing and all that good stuff.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you very much for watching. First thing, I guess everybody's fighting over who was first. Technically, my new Tennessee home was first, but she split really quickly. She couldn't stay. So, Katrinka, you are the honorary first then. But like I said in here before, you're all first in my book. It's just amazing that you guys come here and watch us just, you know, chit chat and chat with us and stuff. I mean, it's just a good time.
Greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, and today we don't really have a lot we want to talk about. I mean, it's kind of serious, but it's not really. We're going to be talking a little bit about situational awareness, what I notice when I go out places, and what people are doing and stuff like that, especially on their phones and stuff. So we're going to talk about that a little bit.
Actually, it's kind of like, it's going to be my pet peeves.
And then after that, we're going to talk about some pet peeves that we have, and you guys feel free to drop in your pet peeves and stuff like that in here too. Before we get, and also just to let you guys know that we have set a schedule for our lives. We're going to do lives every Tuesday at this time, and then which normally they'll kind of be like a news related type of thing, maybe with a little bit of prepping in it too. And then Thursdays at 6:30 Central Time, we're going to have the, what was it? The Thursday? The what if. What if Thursdays.
Scenarios.
So if you guys have any more scenarios that you want us to talk about this week, drop them down in the live chat, drop them in the comments afterwards, email us. However you want to do it, and we'll try to talk about those different situations. And then on Fridays, we're going to have Free for All Fridays, and that will be at 6:30 Central Time too. So on those two, let us know what you want to talk about. It'll be Free for All Fridays will be everything you guys just want to talk about. It can be fun, it can be prepping, it can be news, it can be just
anything you want.
Anything that you want to just chat about, we can chat about. So just let us know some different topics and things like that, and we'll do that. So those are going to be our schedules as of right now. Things may change, but for right now, just so that we have a set time, because I know sometimes people don't get notified either when we go live. So this way, at least you kind of know, so you can check for it if you didn't get notified or something.
Yeah, I blame YouTube for that.
Oh yeah, it's all the channels are having the problems where people aren't getting notified and don't know about things. Oh, and then they randomly get unsubscribed and things like that too.
Yeah.
So that's another thing too that I learned. If for some reason you're not getting notifications and stuff, then what you can do is unsubscribe, not just us, but any channel, if this is happening, unsubscribe and then resubscribe, and then that might fix the problem for at least a little while. So that's an option too. Let's see, who's in the house today? We got Minuteman, Coffee First Then Speak.
Michael G.
Tiger.
Katrina.
Katrinka, Chris Marie, Mary Miles, Maine Prepper.
Jim Shady.
Papa's Farm. I think Ontario Prepper was in here too, I saw. Yeah, so welcome you guys. Thank you guys for being here. All right, you want to start with, well, the first thing that I'm like noticing so much, and I don't know if it's maybe because I'm a little bit older, I guess, and we didn't, people that are my age, we didn't grow up with cell phones. I mean, they had cell phones way back. I mean, when I was growing up, they had them, but they were very expensive and they were like huge, like a brick. I mean, they were huge. And so nobody in high school or anything had them, didn't carry 'em around. None of the kids used them. We used those pay phones that took a quarter to make a phone call and stuff. I mean, it was, and we got along just fine. We didn't need pay phone or cell phones. So I don't.
Some people seem like they need to be connected to the internet 24/7.
Yeah.
They can't put down their phone.
And my kids are no exception. They're the same way. Every time I turn around, my daughter's like on her phone doing something. We went to the store the other day, went to a China Mart, and I kept yelling at her saying, put down your phone while you're in the store. Put down your phone. She's like, well, I'm just doing something real quick. I'm like, well, you can wait until after we're out of the store. I mean, I don't understand why you need, maybe I'm just jealous because I don't have a bunch of people to text and talk to or something. I don't know, like, but it's like frustrating.
We were in the checkout line. There's a perfect example of multiple things that came together at the same time. This lady was at the register. She was playing with her phone the whole time. She wasn't grabbing any bags, putting it in the cart. Okay, the cashier got to the end of the total. The cashier told her how much the total was, and she said, hang on a moment, and she continued on her phone. Then when she finally put down the phone, then she I guess moved some bags.
She grabbed some bags and then got into her purse.
And then finally started to dig into her wallet for payment instead of having it available right away.
Yeah, that's one thing. I get so frustrated when people are just like digging around or trying to find their payment and stuff like that. It's like, you know you're going to have to pay for this stuff. Could you just have it ready for you when you get up there? And especially at like places like Walmart and stuff, because they don't usually have a lot of cashiers or you have to do it yourself. And so when you're in a line, it's usually like so long and stuff. And sometimes I just have too much stuff. I don't feel like, plus I don't get a discount for checking it out myself. So, so I get really frustrated with that.
Yeah, the only thing I use my phone in Walmart is, like you said, is price check.
Yep.
So many of the shelf tabs do not match up with the products.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah, me too. But the thing is, when you're on your phone, and I don't care how good you are at your phone, you're not paying attention to what is going on around you. You're just on your phone. And it can be a really dangerous situation because people will look at you and see you as an easy target. And you just need to be safe because the world, I mean,
Imagine how many purses have been snatched while somebody was on the phone.
Oh, I can imagine, you know, all kinds of things. You know, people also, I don't know if, I'm pretty sure this is still going around. You need to be careful when you put in a credit card or a debit card or something, especially a debit card into the reader. Like after you put in your code and stuff, I like to just hit all the buttons on there because what happens is the person behind you can come up and they have like a little gadget thing that they can use or whatever, and they can find out what your PIN code was and stuff, and they can get your information that way. So you need to be careful with that too. And if you touch like all the different buttons, then the heat sensor doesn't know what, and it won't pick it up.
And like Michael G. Michael G. or Michelle?
Yeah, Michael G.
Yeah, so true, Michael G. People just don't show consideration for other people.
Yeah.
I so like there'll be somebody that I'll be walking down the aisle. This person's got their shopping cart on the right side of the aisle, but they're on the left side of the aisle looking at shelves on shelves. And I'm wanting to get by, and it's like, okay, any day now.
Yeah, or there'll be like a big group of people or something, and they'll just be taking up the whole aisle. And so I don't like to go to the store anymore. I mean, I never really did anyway. He's probably pretty happy and lucky that he married me because I'm not somebody that just likes to go shopping and stuff. Never. In fact, he has to tell me sometimes that I need a new outfit or something.
I've got to practically twist her arm to buy something for herself.
Yeah, and I just don't like going to the stores. But whenever I do go, I'm paying attention to everything around me so much that I'm noticing what these people are doing and stuff, and nobody else seems to be noticing anything, especially walking out to your car and stuff. I mean, I've seen people walk out of the store and like walk across where, there's like a little road thing, drive right there where the cars come through to go in the parking spots and stuff. And I've seen people walk out there and on their phones, not paying attention, and like almost get ran over by a car that's coming up there because they don't stop and stuff. So
Oh yeah,
I mean,
like the other day, I was having a bad day. I'm recovering from a torn Achilles tendon. I've got two prosthetic knees. I was using the electric chair at Walmart, and I was coming out of Walmart, and somebody almost ran me over.
yeah, and that was kind of ridiculous because they were going too fast and they weren't stopping because you were in a crosswalk too. So it's like, you have to be really aware of that kind of stuff. And I mean, those chairs are so slow, so it like takes a little bit to get across and everything. But
Yeah.
yeah, and like with situational awareness and stuff, this is me personally. A lot of it has to do with my anxiety and stuff too, though. Whenever I go out to a restaurant and stuff, I always make sure I know where the doors are at. And I always sit in a way where I can see like the whole restaurant. Like if the restaurant's over here or something, I'll sit like this so I can see everything that's going on everywhere and stuff.
Whenever Doc Holliday went into a bar, he made sure he was facing the doorway.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just a smart thing to do because you honestly never know if something bad's going to happen or anything like that. Same thing walking out to your car, especially if you're a female and you're alone, you're an easier target just because of that. But a lot of times people will look for really easy targets, somebody on their phone, somebody fidgeting around, not paying attention to what's going on. And I mean, I'm just sitting here watching these people. Like, I'll just sit there and watch because I'm just awe-founded at, how they're acting and stuff in the store, and that they're so oblivious to everything. I mean, I'll be standing behind someone for a good couple minutes, and then I'll finally be like, "Excuse me," and she's like, "Oh, I didn't see you there," and then move, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I've been standing here for 2 minutes and you had no idea that I was right there. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if she was serious about that, not knowing, or just what was going on. But, yeah. Also, we went to one thing together. We went to what was the comedian? That we went to? Jeff Dunham. We went to a Jeff Dunham one time, and that's the only time that I've ever been like in a big group like that.
Coliseum.
It was in a big Coliseum and stuff, and
There's a American Airlines Coliseum.
yeah, I don't suggest anything like that right now, just because too many people around, too much, something could happen or whatever. You're not able to get to exits and stuff because it's too packed and stuff. I did not like that. I couldn't enjoy myself because the whole time I'm sitting here freaking going, okay, where's the exits? The seat's so small. It was
And
just
of
horrible.
course, we bought the cheap seats, which is way up there.
Yeah.
And that's where the seats were was really steep. I was
Yeah, I actually
worried
thought
about
when I was
falling.
walking, falling down it and stuff, and it was really bad. So nowadays, I wouldn't suggest going to anything like that anywhere there's big crowds. If you can stay away from it, I suggest doing that.
I used to like to go to rock concerts, but I'm leery.
Anytime there's a big group or gathering, it could just be a dangerous situation, especially depending on where you live. But if you do go to something like that, just constantly be aware. Don't be on your phone. Don't be, just always be looking around, and because you might be able to catch something if you're watching the crowd, you might be able to see something that looks kind of off, and you might be able to take action before anybody else knows what's going on with it. So
Yeah, the concert, going to concert, give me a lake, river, pond, fishing pole, or a gun.
Yeah, I
No
prefer to be
people.
outdoors, doing things, go camping and stuff like that, being like a small little group and stuff, group setting. I just, big crowds and stuff make me really anxious anyway. So, prefer that. But anything else about situational awareness? Just, and
Traffic.
always make sure that you're carrying, and if you can't for some reason, wherever you're at, rules, there's many different reasons. I know some people say, well, don't leave your house unless you are. Well, some people, some reasons, they can't. Okay, and that's just the way that it is, and I'm sorry that it is, because it is our right. It's in the Second Amendment.
At least carry one of these.
Anybody should be able to, but if not, also some states might have limits on how long, the length of the blade too, so that might not
Uh,
be allowed either. So
in Texas, the law changed as long as you're over 18. There is no such thing as an illegal knife. You can carry up to and including a sword legally.
not every state's like that either.
No.
So you need to make sure for your state that you're doing legally what you're supposed to be doing.
You legally you can actually carry a rifle around in Texas, but you don't see that happening.
Well, I hardly even see, pistols being carried
Yeah,
around in here.
when it went constitutional carry, I started seeing some people open carry, but it seemed like I don't see that hardly anymore.
And the other thing too you can carry, which you should have maybe also, is like pepper spray or mace or a taser or something like that too, just to have, a secondary thing. Because also you might not you might not have to engage a target by shooting or whatever. I mean, that might be too much. You could probably do with something else, and you'd want to, definitely. Hey, Proper Cowboy, good to see you. Maria N, hey. A couple other people have gotten in here. Eric King and GMA Nana. I don't think I said hi to you guys. Hi. Glad you guys could make it. Was that about it for that thing?
For the situational awareness,
Yeah. Was there?
traffic, being aware of the stupid drivers on the road. I've
Yeah.
I worry about those drivers, not my driving, and I anticipate stupid moves, and it usually
You could be the best driver in the world and not ever have any, accidents or anything like that. But all you need is just a stupid. I mean, we see it all the time on the highways over here by Houston. People. Oh, this is
But-
also a pet peeve, but people do this all the time. Is they pass on the right side of you. So like you're like in the second lane, and then there's a third lane or even a fourth lane. Well, what do? They go on the slow lane and they turn around and they pass on you.
Right. I was just about to change over there. If you had just been a little patient, I realize I'm going a little bit slower than you. I'm going to get over. You can go around me.
Yeah, and even when you have your turn signal on and stuff, sometimes they don't wait for you. They're just in a hurry, so they get over real quick. And
Although I must say the people in Houston are way friendlier than Dallas.
But they don't drive any better. They might
I
drive
don't know.
worse.
I think maybe Dallas is a little bit worse, but not by a whole lot.
Not by a whole lot. Yes, they are a lot nicer, and we've had a lot of people that will, like, if we have our signal on or something, they'll wave us in and stuff like that, which is really nice. Dallas does not do that.
But don't get me started on Okie drivers. Okies can't drive.
I don't know if we have any Okie people in here or not. But oh, hey, Ed Williams, good to see you. James Jenkins, hey, how you doing? Well, oh yeah, because if you're not paying attention to like behind you and all that, these cars come up fast sometimes, and they will just whip right around you and crap. So yeah, that's another place you need to be very situational aware. Otherwise, you might have a really bad day happen. So, like I said, I'm not worried about my driving. I know my driving is fine, but I'm worried about what the other people are going to do, because I can't read their minds. So I don't know if they're going to do something
Yeah,
dumb.
if they're going to pull in front of you, they better go the speed limit. mentioned one of their pet peeves: people pull in front of them and slowing down.
Yeah, that people do that kind of stuff a lot too. Uh, yeah, that's really annoying.
You'd be going down the second lane over. You see there's an off ramp coming up. You see this car on my left hauling ass to pass me, and then cut in front of me
Yeah,
as we
I
go on the
we've
off ramp.
seen that actually before, like cutting over from 4 lanes over all the way over to get to an off ramp. I've actually seen almost 6 accidents where they've almost slammed into the little divider there trying to get over. I'm like, really? Was that necessary? I mean, just slow down a little bit, get behind people. Oh my gosh.
And
That's the worst. There's a few places over here where every single
like
time we have to drive there, it's like slow, watch what's going on here because somebody's going to just cut over and
like slow it down, people. It's not worth dying for.
yeah, exactly. Um, there's this is kind of cool. There's a funeral home over here, and they've got signs up for the funeral home and stuff, and it says, "Don't text and drive. We can wait." And it says, slow down in the traffic. We can wait, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of cool. It's like they're trying to tell you stop driving the way you are because otherwise you're going to wind up in this funeral home.
Yeah.
You know. So I thought that was kind of neat. I hadn't seen that before. Proper cowboy. Don't drive in LA
I
or
saw that.
Chicago. They suck.
I have driven in LA, and you're right.
I've never been to LA. I've been to Chicago, but I was young. I wasn't even of driving age. I was like in high school or something like that. The last time I'd been there. But I heard that they were pretty bad.
And if you don't like roundabouts, don't go to London.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. Their roads are kind of laid out straight.
Coffee first said, or New York. I guess basically that's a common thing everywhere. Then is that driving people
Yep.
just. I sometimes they must just give licenses to anybody.
I know it didn't seem like it when I got my driver's license, but it seems like it's way too easy to get a driver's license
Yeah, it seemed like
and
it.
keep it.
Well, I'm wondering if people do really good for the driver's test, get their license, and then they just slack off and forget all the rules.
Yeah,
and
that's
just
probably
don't, just so they can get their license, and they're like, okay, I got my license, I don't have
They
to do
think
the
they
rules
know it
and
all.
stuff.
Familiarity breeds
Yeah.
contempt.
Yeah.
They think they know it all, and they don't notice their mistakes.
Oh, hey, Misty. Glad to see you. Yeah, what was Ed Williams was telling Misty that you can get a ticket for impeding the flow of traffic because she
Yeah.
said that speed limit 65 on I-10
Oh, yeah.
and everyone but her goes 80 miles an hour.
Uh-huh.
And that's the crazy thing is if you're keeping up with the flow of traffic, you're not going to get a ticket. But if someone else is going the speed limit and what they're supposed to be, they can get the ticket for it.
Yeah, but I've yet to hear of anybody actually getting one.
Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, if you're, that's why a lot of people I think they go like 80 and they stay in this big group and stuff because they figure the cop can only pull one of them over anyway.
I've heard of cops pulling multiple people over, but yeah.
Yeah,
most
it
part.
usually only one person, but
And it's like we were talking about Dallas. You've got to speed just to keep up with traffic, and most Dallas cops will cut you some slack.
well, and the problem is if you're not familiar with the roads, like the highways and going different ways, because we lived in Wichita Falls, Texas for a little while, and we went to Dallas off and on for a little while and stuff, but we weren't really super familiar with the roads, so we had to use GPS. And some of the roads, like if you weren't careful, you would just like miss the road you were supposed to turn on
Yeah.
off of the highways and stuff. They're just so weird, and the turns off of them are just so strange. That's like we almost got lost a few times, even using GPS. I don't like Dallas roads at all.
It says at Atlanta they will give you a ticket for going too slow. The only time I've been in Atlanta was at the airport, and it was crazy.
I'm not sure if I've ever been to Atlanta or not. I don't think I have. Maybe driving through there,
Uh-huh.
but that's I don't think I have been over there. I haven't been to very many places. I've only been to a few different states.
I spent a few hours in the Brussels, Belgium airport because we got diverted from England to Brussels. That was a trip from hell.
Well, you've been all over the place, though.
Well, it's
You're
because my dad was career
Yeah.
Army, and then I enlisted in the Air Force straight out of high school.
Yeah, I haven't even left the United States, and now, unfortunately, I don't think I probably ever will.
Yeah. I've been more countries than I've been states.
Um, I've been through some, like went out. Okay, I guess I have been out. I don't think I've been to LA though. I've been to San Francisco
Well, I've been to LA multiple times.
because when I was younger, I was probably in middle school, maybe seventh, eighth grade. We took a family vacation. My stepmom had relatives that lived in California, so we took a trip out there. We drove from Michigan and like we stopped and did sightseeing and stuff. We like went the northern way to get there and then came back through the southern way to get back. So I have been to Cal, but it's been so long and I don't really remember
Yeah,
it
and
that well.
prepping cowboy. Yeah, I've been through LAX several times. It's like I think it was the first time I was coming back from LAX, and we were being driven up to get dropped off. And it was the first time I saw two dudes French kissing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like oh man.
At LAX?
He was letting his boyfriend go bye bye.
Oh, well, when was this?
Oh, long time ago.
Oh, before it was like all so common and
Yeah,
stuff now.
like I didn't need to see that.
Yeah, it's crazy. So what kind of pet peeves do you guys have? What are some things? It doesn't have to be with driving or anything like that, but what other pet peeves do you have that people just do and maybe they don't even realize they're doing and stuff? I don't know. Just my biggest thing is just the inconsiderateness. Like also,
Yeah, lack of consideration.
like
It all stems from that.
yeah, when we're let's see. Okay, I don't know how to explain this. Like
Yeah, you
when
too.
there's an opening or whatever and there's a car coming from the other way, from like a driveway trying to get out or something, make some room or something so they can cut across and get across the other side, things like
Well, it's like
that.
a case in point. Uh, there's a road coming to our neighborhood. There's a light. About 3-4 car lengths from the light is an exit from the parking lot, and then a little bit further is an exit from Walmart. And when I'm pulling up the light, if I see a whole bunch of traffic behind me, I'll leave a gap where some people can get out. And but then you see that other people, so like I'll be in the middle lane, I'll leave the gap. This person on the right lane will fill up, will no gap. It's like they're totally oblivious to what's going on. Totally, but other people will actually stay back with me and let people get out. It's like I say, lack of consideration, a lack of being aware of everything that's going on around you.
Yep, yep.
Oh yeah, people drive through not knowing what you want. That's one of my pet peeves.
Yeah, no turn signal or a turn signal at the very last minute. That gets really annoying too.
Well, and then on the other hand, I'll see somebody that is normally a certain thing. There'll be 3 exits on the side of the road. This person wants to go to the 3rd exit, but they turn on the turn signal at the 1st exit.
Okay, you're talking about because you say women put on their turn signals too early and men put on their turn signals too late.
Ding, ding, ding,
We
ding,
we
ding,
we,
ding.
we could get into a debate about that
Okay.
too and stuff, which is probably very true. I think most women tend to err on the cautious side and put on their turn signal a little bit earlier than they need to, but most men, they either don't turn it on or put it on right when they're slamming on their brakes to turn or something like that.
Guilty as charged.
Yeah, so I know I've had to yell at him too for that before. I'm like, put on your turn signal. But
True.
yeah, yeah. See you later, Jim Shady. Have a good night. My biggest pet peeve is this world.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Yeah.
I have a pet peeve that I'm thinking maybe hardly anybody has a pet peeve is you're going through a drive-through at a fast food restaurant at night. You're in the drive-through. There's no need to have your headlight on. So I'm sitting there. This person behind me in the drive-through
It's
has
blaring
got
their
his
light
brights
right
on.
on you. Yeah.
Well, I turn off my headlights to show consideration for the person in front of me.
Right, right. Yeah, that's true. I mean, you're not on a main road or anything,
Uh-huh.
so at least don't have the brights on. But yeah, it does get still pretty bright and stuff at like at nighttime
I
like
don't,
that.
maybe because I was raised around the military, and when you're going through a checkpoint at the main gate or whatever gate, they want you to turn off their headlights so you won't blind the gate guards. And I guess that's where I kind of got into doing that.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Well, you had another issue with with drive-throughs, but this was more of a Sonic issue.
And probably people don't agree with me. Okay, Sonic, you got the car hop spots. You pull in, you make your order, they bring the food out. They also have a drive-through. In my opinion, the drive-through should not be complicated orders. It should be drinks only or
Pick up order.
online
If
orders.
you had an online order, pick
I
up,
mean,
make it quick and easy.
Don't pull up to the thing, okay, I want 5 burgers, I want 6 fries, 2 tater tots, and onion rings. And then you're holding up a line while they're making your food.
Yeah, especially if someone's just trying to come through and get a drink or something real quick. Yeah, yeah, that can be pretty annoying. And actually, I don't know why anybody really uses the drive-through at Sonic, to tell you the truth, because it's all
car
kind
hop.
of drive-through.
So in my
really.
opinion, like I said, drinks only or online orders that are already ready.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah,
Coffee first?
people who don't turn their blinkers off after they
Well,
after
yeah.
they turn,
Like,
Tiger. Yes,
Are you gonna turn? Are you gonna turn? Are you gonna turn? Are
I
you
get
gonna
so
turn?
annoyed. They turn and then they just leave it on, and you're like, okay, are you done? Are you gonna turn? What the heck are you doing? And stuff. I see it all the time. Oh yes, so annoying.
On coffee first? Yeah, you can't fix stupid.
No, you can try, but no, it doesn't work. Well, Ed Williams, then you're probably going to stay in your house quite a bit, aren't you? He's allergic to stupidity, so he can't leave because
It's
everywhere you
everywhere.
go,
It's everywhere.
exactly, it's everywhere.
And I've pulled some stupid moves in my time, but not as a lifelong commitment to stupidity.
Can't fix it even with duct tape. And man, you can fix anything with duct tape too.
Yeah.
Duct tape is like that's for everything.
Duct tape, chewing gum, and baling wire.
What?
Duct tape, chewing gum, and baling wire.
Oh, okay.
Ah. Don't mind me.
All right, but no, yeah, duct tape will fix everything except stupidity. So
and
that
100
is
mile,
that is
100
my
mile an
public
hour
service
tape.
announcement, huh?
And for the aircraft mechanics, 100 mile an hour tape.
Yeah. Well, that's it's kind of like electrical tape a little bit, or
No, it's more like it's metal.
It's
like a metal tape.
yeah, but
It's to
For
take something down that has to withstand high winds.
yeah, okay. I thought for heat or something, but it's for the high winds.
Uh-huh.
Or okay. All right. Michael G's allergic to stupidity too. He breaks out in profanity.
Oh, I have that same ailment.
Hey, Dragon Lady, glad you could make it. It's okay to be late. You won't get in trouble this time, but next time you might. So.
Yeah, I'm trying not to curse on this while we're live, but I was an aircraft mechanic for 43 years. We cuss like sailors.
Yeah, I'm actually amazed at how good he's been with not doing the cussing because he can't go minutes without. He's calmed down quite a bit, but he's still pretty bad at it.
I must admit, the F word is one of my favorites.
Yes, he must use it in every sentence.
Multiple times sometimes in
Yeah,
one sentence.
yes. Hey, Kevin Ramsey, good to see you. Annette Gergain, she's late also. Man, all you guys that are being late, I'm gonna have to have like a timeout corner or something
Well,
like that for you
better
guys.
late than never.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. You're all good. It's okay. Come whenever you like. It's all good.
Never mind.
Prepper Cowboy said Rambo just let it fly.
And I almost said something that rude and crude and socially unacceptable.
Uh, my favorite too. Fun. All right. So what else do you guys want to talk about? We got just a little bit more time left. Anything? Anything else that is pet peevish for you guys that you just?
Yeah, what are your number one pet peeves, irritants, whatnot?
Katrinka, I'm not late. I was almost first, maybe. Yep. Profanity and sarcasm are my love languages. Dragon Lady, rude people. Yeah, that's what we're saying. Rude
Question.
people are just.
Who can irritate you more, family or non-family?
Probably family because you're around them more often. That would be my answer. You're around them more often, so they just get on your nerves. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know.
Yep, Michael.
Michael G said family.
Yep.
Yeah. What else was I gonna say?
Well, plus they know your buttons.
Well, yeah, you know exactly what to push if you want to
Yeah.
go that way. You know. Yeah, everybody's saying family. Yeah. Yeah. Because also, if somebody irritates you, you can just get away from them. If your family's irritating you, more than likely they're in the same house with you or something like that. You can't just get away from them.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
irritated at a couple of people in this family right now.
Well, you know. Also, okay, so what irritates you people more? Karens? Or, well, I don't know. I guess a Karen kind of would be like a rude person. I was going to say Karens are rude people, but I guess it's kind of one and the same a little bit. I think Karens are more entitled, though.
Well, I was
is
going to
what
say,
they think.
what irritates you more, stupid people or people that feel entitled?
Yeah. Yeah, that or people that have no clue to reality and what people are going through. Like, I mean, people that just grew up with a silver spoon in their mouth and they don't understand the hardships and stuff, and they talk to you like, you know, like, hey, I just went and bought this $10,000 purse today, and you know, what did you want to go with me next time, and we'll go look at this. It's like, yeah, are you paying for me? Because I don't.
Well, I there are some exceptions, but I think that people that work hard for a living, when they look at an expensive item, in their mind they're going like, how many hours am I going to have to work to pay for that?
There's a difference between people that work hard, have created a business, have created a good life for themselves, than people who are just young kids that grew up with money, or even, dare I say, some young YouTubers and stuff that are making a bunch of money that just have no idea how. I mean, okay, let me change that. YouTube is hard work, okay? It can be really hard work. I know this, and I've only been doing it for a few months now. There's a lot of time that goes into it, note taking, editing. I mean, YouTube, you're kind of like you have to do everything yourself because you don't have the money when you're starting out to hire someone to do anything for you. So you have to learn how to make thumbnails, how to talk to a camera, how to edit, all that stuff.
Well, the thing is, I think you're not, what you're alluding to is there are people that get rich and piss it away, and there are other people that get rich and they stay rich
Yeah, yeah.
because they know how to handle their
Yeah,
money.
that's kind of what I was trying to get at, but it wasn't going well. Because there's some YouTubers that I've seen on here that, have millions of subscribers. They're not in the prepping community, but I won't name any names and stuff. And but they've built their whole channel and everything around shopping. So it's like they go out and spend like thousands of dollars each time and shopping sprees and stuff. And it's like, I'm just sitting here thinking, couldn't you use your money to do something a little better than buy new shoes and purses? I don't know. That's just me, because the prepper in me would never allow me to do something like that, unfortunately. I have a hard time buying anything for myself. I want to make sure, take care of the family and everything and have everything that I need prep-wise and stuff, because I want to look towards the future, not right now, the present. So I want to make sure I have what I need for, years down the road and stuff. So that's why I want to have extra food and things like that.
Also, success, what people call success, different people view that so differently. Some people think if you're a millionaire, you're successful. Some people think if you have a happy family, you're successful. Case in point, I was talking about being out in Los Angeles many times. I was married. Her sister was married to a rich Los Angeles businessman that he owned multi-million dollars worth of properties. He lived in Beverly Hills. His master bedroom suite, not just the house, his master bedroom suite was 1,500 square feet.
Jesus, okay.
He owned a lot of stuff. You ever heard of the money store in San Francisco? He used to own that building. But all his credit cards were maxed out. He was cash poor. He was a workaholic. He had 4 boys, and I spent more time with his sons than he did. I don't call that success.
No. And then weren't there some other issues afterwards? Like he might have lost a bunch of money and his stuff and everything anyway?
I'll go out and say who it was. It was Fred Weber, and he got in trouble for, he had a mansion built and he had to sell it because of his financial wrongdoings.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you have to work 60, 70, 80 hours a week and you can't even enjoy your wealth or enjoy spending time with the family, then I don't really think that that's successful.
No.
I'd rather be doing with less than that. I mean, I wouldn't want a mansion. I wouldn't want anything that big.
Yeah.
I mean, like 2,000 square feet is the max that I would ever want in a house. It's just too much house.
Yeah. I was like, never judge a book by its cover. You'd probably not look at me and not having any idea of some of the lifestyles I've led, some of the people I've met through Fred. You ever heard of Danny Thomas? Well, I shortly after Danny died, Mrs. Thomas came and picked us up and took us to a TV show that her son was producing. And then she took us back to her home. She had a beautiful home, big mansion, and she would have given it all away to have her husband back.
Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to see what's going on. Dynamite, are you in the house? I just saw someone say Dynamite. Hey, Dynamite, good to see you. Michael G. Pet peeve number 3. People buy multiple lottery tickets when I'm trying to pay for my gas.
Minuteman better go out and buy it before your time runs out.
Yeah. Is it 400 mil?
I did cash option, so it could possibly, because it was 200 and something.
All right, we're gonna win tonight, so we can get that beavering compound, you guys. I hope.
Yeah. Enough land, enough buildings for everybody.
Yes, we'll have it hooked up really good.
I'm gonna build a church. I'm gonna become a minister. I
There
might
you
have
go.
a Bible in one hand and this in the other.
All right then. Minuteman said, "Woohoo!" All right. Anything else you guys want to talk about before we close tonight? Was there any other pet peeves that you had, or did we cover them all?
We pretty much covered them all.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think we pretty much covered everything, but I just want to go ahead and remind you guys that we're gonna be doing these lives on Tuesdays at these are all Central times. I'm gonna give you so Tuesdays at 5:30, Thursdays and Fridays at 6:30. For now, and until unless things change, but that way we can stick to a strict schedule.
Hopefully, this will fix the not getting notified problem.
Yeah, because that's the main thing is I want to make sure that the people that want to watch the video and stuff, that if they are not notified about it, at least you know what time to expect it so you can check and see. And if for some reason I can't do a video at that time or something like that, I'll put a post in the community section too. So
And the reason why we're here is because of all you out there. That's what makes me want to put out more videos. Is
I love hanging out like this with you guys and just talking and back and forth. It kind of feels like we're in the same room or something, and we're just sitting around a campfire having a conversation or something. I mean, it's great. I love it, and just the little community. That's what we want to try to build here is like a nice little close knit community where we can just all have fun and talk to each other, and you know, if we got struggles, maybe somebody can help us figure out what we need to do and stuff, and we can just all work together.
Any prayer requests tonight?
Oh, I don't know.
No.
What
Pray for us to get our house in Alabama.
Yeah, well, yeah, just that we can get our pre-approval so we can go ahead and put an offer on it or something,
Yeah.
but hopefully soon.
And sometime in the not too distant future, while we're in Texas, I'd like to do a meetup with all the Texans. We plan on taking another trip to Tennessee at some point. We moved to Alabama where we want to do a meetup there. It's great doing this online. It would be even better to meet people in person.
Yeah, because what I really want to do is have like some people are just specialized and better. They're better. They're really good at something, and having like little workshops or something, having a camp out and stuff, and then like for 45 minutes or whatever, have a little workshop on their specialty or whatever, so that maybe somebody that doesn't know much about that or whatever could learn something from that. So that's what I really want to do. So.
And like you said, hang out at the campfire. Just
just
socialize.
You know, yeah, just have some fun. That's what we want to do is just have some fun. But thank you guys again so much for being here. Please give us a thumbs up if you haven't done that already. And if you're not subscribed, why don't you go ahead and subscribe, because we're just going to have fun on this channel. I mean, there will be... Obviously, there's so much gloom and doom out there and everything as there is. So sometimes it's fun it's good just to have some fun every once in a while. So
yeah, and we just went through Easter. He has risen. Everybody rejoice. Have a blessed night.
Yes. Thank you guys. Bye.
Hit the button.